Please be seated. Montclair State University. There'll be plenty of time to yell, I promise. Montclair State University was founded in 1908, and for the past 105 years, this institution has made available the possibility of a superb education to students who have demonstrated the potential for high achievement, who have shown diligence in the pursuit of their education, and who have high aspirations for using their education to the benefit of society. There were 45 students in the first graduating class. A half century ago, in 1963, there were 547 graduates, and we are joined in our celebration today by 15 of those graduates who are marking their 50th anniversary. I would like to ask the class of 1963 to please stand. At today's ceremony, we will be conferring degrees on a few more people than we did half a century ago. Today, we confer 4,320 degrees. The largest class of graduates in the university's history. All told, in its first 105 years, Montclair State has granted 128,403 degrees. The vast majority of those students have been the first in their families to earn a college degree, and we have sent them out into the world just as we are today, sending all of you out into the world to work hard, to pursue advanced study, and to have distinguished careers in medicine and the health professions, in science, law, business, the arts, and education. Standing on the threshold of the university's second century, we can see clearly that everything is now and always has been about possibilities. The possibilities represented by you, the possibilities of the science you will do, the businesses you will create, the children you will teach, and the music you will make, and the possibilities of the hundreds of thousands of students who will follow in your footsteps over the years to come. And this journey is now and always has been about expectations. The expectations that your families have had for you, that we have had for you, and the expectations that you will now have for yourselves. Just imagine the impact you could have on this state, on this nation, and on this world. Public higher education and institutions such as Montclair State University are the critical enablers of American democracy. There cannot be a free society or a just society or a prosperous society where that society does not provide for the education of its people. The role of a responsible and contributing citizen in a democracy is a difficult and complex one, and it takes preparation and it takes education. You have had the privilege of that education, a privilege denied to many in this world, to many. And you and your families and we in this university have worked hard to make that privilege possible for you. And now, you must let nothing stand between you and your future, for we will be expecting to find each and every one of you in the years to come in all those places where well-educated and dedicated people are working toward the progress of society and the well-being of people. And now, before we proceed with this ceremony, I would like to take a moment to pause and send our collective best wishes to your fellow students who have been called away from their studies this year to serve overseas in the armed forces. Dominic Salvatore Marone, Wayne Peterson, William Wagner. We look forward to their safe return to Montclair State and to the time when they will have the opportunity to stand where you stand today. And today, let us remember together your fellow students whose lives were cut short this year and who will never have the chance to stand where you stand today. Please remember with me Ed Abramsky, Eric A. Andrews, Rashonda Moore, Jeffrey Ben Rosenberg. I would ask each of you to do just one extra portion of good in your lives in the memory of those lost classmates. And now it is time to celebrate. And to help us do that, a number of special guests have joined us on the platform. Please first join me in welcoming our distinguished honorary degree recipient, S. Apatha Murkison. I would ask the members of our Board of Trustees to rise and remain standing as I call their names. Rose Calley, Francis Cuss, George Hiltzik, Ralph LaRosa, Preston Pinkett. Our student trustees, Alexei Bushkov and Kyle Bunting, and Professor Jack Baldwin LeClaire, the faculty represented to the board. You may be seated. Joining us today to celebrate your achievements are State Assemblywoman Betty Lou DeCroce and the Mayor of Montclair, Robert Jackson. Seated on the platform are your student government representatives, President George Justin, Vice President Anthony Pizzuta, Treasurer Mark Ruff Jr., and Secretary Vanessa Deverix. I would ask the members of the university's foundation board to please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Keith Ansbacher, Greg Collins, Sandra Collins, and Nader Tavakoli. And lastly, I wish to recognize Jacqueline Alvarez. Jacqueline is a residence life housekeeping supervisor, and she is here today representing the staff of Montclair State who serve our students all year round, from athletic to academic advising to grounds and physical plant, from the bursar to the registrar. And I would also like to acknowledge the many staff who have volunteered today as ushers, marshals, greeters, and coordinators. MSU staff, wherever you are throughout the arena, please stand and be recognized.